Hello everyone. So this is the mooncakes from Costco this year in 2023. So this year they don't have the camwa they used to carry anymore. And what's really disappointing is this mooncake, the new one is $41.99. So $41.99. And this one, the camwa, which is really good, used to be $16.99 in 2021, and this box is from 22, and it was $18.99. And what's outrageous is I checked the weight. So the camwa priced last year at $18.99 weighs 720 grams, and the new one, MX selective flavor assorted mooncakes, weigh 730 grams. So weight wise it's almost identical. Okay, the new one is 10 grams heavier only, but the price point, again, this is $41.99 and this is $18.99, and arguably the flavors are better with this. Okay, it has pineapple, it has taro, it has coconuts, and it has lotus paste. So I don't know what's going on with this, but let's take a look and we can decide whether this is a fair deal. Okay. So it says, the packaging is designed for the US market. At Costco, I was talking to the customers that these are so expensive. They said maybe there are 2 layers. I said no, it's just over packaging. So these two are the same. I think they're like lotus seed paste mooncakes, and this one is white lotus seed paste mooncake. So we'll save these 2 larger ones for the actual Middle Moon Festival. And we'll taste these 4 smaller ones today for you. Okay, let's start from this one. So this is,美心, which is the brand of the mooncake, and this is D-Town. It means a low sugar. Okay, so this is reduced sugar white lotus seed paste mooncake with yolk. So let's cut it open and take a look. All right, let's see. I like it. Okay. I really like this one. Mooncakes have been criticized for being super sweet and oily. This one is still pretty oily, but it's really not that sweet anymore. Like all mooncakes should be made this way, but with less sugar, it should be cheaper, not more expensive, okay? There's no way you justify this price point. Let's try the next one. Alright, so this is mixed nuts. Alright, before we taste this, let's take a look at the amount of nuts this carries. Okay, this is super impressive, by the way. Like the camwa doesn't have nearly as much, nuts as this one. So, okay, we can give some credits to Meixin. This does look really good. Way more nuts than the paste. Okay, the camwa usually has a lot of paste and a little bit of the fillings. So but we need to taste this though. If it's all nuts, then might as well just buy nuts, right? So they need to mix this really well, so it's delicious. So let's take a bite. Okay, so as you can see, you can't really run a fork through it because it's all nuts. Okay, so this is good. Okay, this impressed me quite a bit because they put a lot of nuts in, but it tastes good. I don't know what they used to bind them together. So I think if the elders at home don't like mooncakes anymore because they're super unhealthy, you might want to buy this one for them, because the low sugar ones taste really good and just not as sweet. And this one with a lot of nuts is obviously super healthy. So I think this would be a good choice to elder people because they want the mooncakes to be healthy, and they can't or they don't really eat a lot of these treats anymore. So would be perfect for them. But the price points, you need to deal with that. Okay, so again, this is low sugar, but it's white lotus seed paste with pine nuts. Okay, so this one comes with pine nuts. Pine nuts, just so you know, they're not inexpensive. So let's cut this open, take a look, and take a bite. So as you can see already, judging by the look, it's not impressive because, as I alluded to, pine nuts are not inexpensive, and as a result, I don't see a lot of them. But there might be a reason that they do this. Maybe it's very dominant in terms of the flavor, so they just put a little bit on the bottom. But we'll have to take a bite and see what's going on. Just as a recap, this is the white lotus seed paste mooncake with a yolk. So judging by the look, the paste should be the same. So they're similar, and they're both low sugar. Take a look. Let me take a bite. Okay, so the pine nuts were cooked through, meaning I can't really tell they are there at all while biting through them. Let me take one more bite. I genuinely can appreciate the fact that it's low sugar but still sweet, so they can probably cut on the sugar a little bit more. But I'm not sure if it's necessary to put, pine nuts in this because they're expensive ingredients. However, you don't really tell the difference. This tastes just like mooncakes with paste. Not very different. It adds a little bit to the texture. So when you bite through this, it could be more fun, but not by a lot. The difference is really marginal. This is the last molar mooncakes we're gonna review today. So it has red bean paste as well as one egg yolk. So let's cut it open and take a look. Alright, right there in the middle. Check this out. So the difference between this one and the previous one is the paste is made of a red bean, while this ones, those are from white lotus, right? So that's the difference. So usually people would prefer these because I don't think you get this very often, outside of the Moon Festival, but you'll get red bean paste here and there through the year, but red bean paste usually has more flavor, so the flavor is more defined. So let's take a bite and see if it's the case here. I like it. Oh, I like it. Wow. Obviously more sugar. I think I just like red bean paste a little bit more. The texture is different. It feels like this paste is like of lower density, so it's easier to chew through, and it gives me a feeling of like it's just lighter as a mooncake, So And as a recommendation, I would suggest that, all mooncake manufacturers to go with way less sugar. So these low sugar ones, they can still cut back on sugar by a lot. So let's do that. Why not? And people can enjoy them way more. I know a lot of elder people stop eating mooncakes just because it's basically deemed as super unhealthy at this point. So we can do better. Thank you very much.